Hey guys, welcome to Fontaine Peugeot Saba 50 boat tour.
We've been on this boat for a little while. We put on the hard and we upgraded it and changed it over for off-grid instead of cruising style. And we're about to show you what we've been doing and what the boat is like.
There is going to be one more video coming right next after this one, where we're going to be talking in depth what we did to this Saba 50 to turn this Catamaran into a full off-grid vessel.
So let's start from the bow and work our ways back.
And then I'll take you guys inside.
Break your chains off.
We're actually bringing you this boat tour from Thailand. It's hot, we're sweating, and I have to wear sunglasses because I cannot handle sun, so sorry for the sunglasses.
So let's start with the business side of this boat. So we have a quick 12-volt windlass anchoring system, also a gypsy and gypsum style. We have a Ronca anchoring with a 12mm chain, 100 meter, and this is where we bring in the lines and the bridle for both mooring ball and also when we're on anchor. We selected this location for the battery bank, the new lithiums. So in here we have the 48-volt lithium system with each independent BMS. This then connected directly into the windlass wires, so we didn't have to run new cables. But this is the anchoring side of the boat. It's also a ton of storage. The chains are on board, center midship, dive tanks, and a lot of other storage here. You could pretty well walk inside of there if you need to.
And this is a locker, literally full of sails and other stuff right now. They're not only sails, we also put our spare motor here. You can see on this boat, literally every cabin has an escape hatch, and also they are for ventilation and to cool down. And there is also a special separate hatch for the captain and the crew to get in and out that we're gonna show you when we are inside.
The sail plan in this boat is massive and I'm learning, but we start out with a Genoa all rigged to the actually upper helm so you can single handle that guy. There's a code 0 inside. There's also a parasail that we have to learn how to use, and there's a hank-on sail. Back here we have the mainsail system, which drops down with lazy jacks. It's a square top, I believe I call it, but it raises up and it's square at the top, and all the reefs are also controlled from the single-handed station on the top. All the lines are running over there to the business end. Let's go take a look at that. From a non-sailing person who is learning how to sail, this is amazing because safety at night, safety in the daytime, everything is all here. All of your controls, windlass, everything is here. Each one is electric, and they not only have for your hand but also for your foot, so you can operate these and be handling your lines and rigging. So everything is all maintained and handled from this location. As you're underway, Yana can easily handle the boat. I can be doing any kind of rigging, but we can do everything here, especially when we're really rough seas, so you're not having to go out in the front of the boat. Added the hard top, made the poles custom so that the lines and wires go on the inside of the poles. The hard top was something that I found used on Facebook, and we designed the brackets and did the mounting of it. So this actually is our sun and rain protector.
Now guys, let's see my favorite area. When I saw this, I'm like, wow, I can't believe we have this. This is just beautiful. So here you can lay down and suntan. Like there is not enough sun when you're actually living on the boat, but if you're not living on the boat, you can definitely suntan here. Look how much room here, it's freaking insane. Then there is this whole area. Coming from a monohull, this boat is like a luxury super yacht for us, for real, because this is so amazing. There's so much room. You can be here on the way. This is my favorite place when on the way and when I'm not sunburned like crazy like today. We love sitting here in the evening when it's not so sunny outside. It's just beautiful area, so much breeze, you can see everything. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous part of the boat.
One of the reasons why we get along so well, Yana's favorite part is where she can sit and relax and enjoy and talk and visit. And mine is like, look at the size we had to design for solar. complete solar aft deck with power, the 2 wind generators. This is where we do not have to run the generator like that noisy boat that you hear somewhere near us. You've got to watch the episode that we talk in depth about what we did for solar, what we did for energy, and what we did for off-grid.
And this episode is going to be coming out next week, so you don't have to wait long.
I replaced the safety lines with Dyneema, much stronger, and the other ones were rusty and not looking so well. So that's another project in the works.
This is another great area, freaking huge. Great table for dining outside, everything covered from the rain, so even if it's raining, we can easily dine outside if mosquitoes not gonna carry us away. Depends on the place. We don't want to cover this up. Some people do put plastic all around it. In that case, we're just gonna go inside. We like keeping this open and protected from bugs. This table seats, I don't even know how many people, freaking insane amount of people. So many people that will never be on this boat kind of people. I'm joking. Who knows? You never know in this life. One of my favorite upgrades that we did on this boat is down below. Tic Tac! Not my toes. It is so nice because what was before here, it was this
fake plastic.
Yeah, like a fake plastic wood, which was so hot, was literally unbearable, was impossible to be here. So wood is a little bit hotter than the plastic white surface, the original one that Catamaran has. Is still like just so nice to have real wood on board. Woo. Ah.
Every seat cushion here is removable, which then reveals storage. We have another Victron inverter system here and different things stored throughout the boat. So there's no problem with getting a full workshop on this little guy and not having tools all over. Let me show you engine rooms without crawling on my hands and knees. So we have a port and starboard engine. Each one is a 75 horsepower turbocharged diesel. It's a sail drive Volvo system. And inside of this engine room, we also have water maker, all of the controls for the solar on the firewall. Also, this boat came with a diesel heater. So every room, if you ever want to take off and go to Norway or somewhere where it's cold. I don't plan on that, but it's here on the boat. Starboard side engine room and generator along with autopilot. The exhaust systems are underwater and even the generator's underwater. So I thought I had a problem with the generator with no water coming out. I learned fast that it's not supposed to have water coming out. It keeps it silent. And a pair of sugar scoops off the back. This happens to be one of Jana's favorite shower locations. And a dinghy davit system for raising and lowering the dinghy, which is hydraulic with winches. So we can push buttons and bring this little aluminum guy up when we're at anchor.
This is the gas grill, and William is a master griller in this family. I do cooking inside, he does cooking outside, so I can't say much about this other than it cooks amazing steaks. And now let's see inside. I'm gonna show you guys first my area of expertise. Close the door, mosquitoes gonna come. Here you guys can see all those mosquito nets that we installed also. So here is the galley. It's freaking huge. There is this big aisle that I constantly try to keep clean, not very successfully if you ask William. There are 2 sinks. I had to put everything yesterday here because we were in during the storm and everything was sliding around, so I'm saving here some stuff so it doesn't go crashing on the floor. Seawater, freshwater faucet, and drinking water faucet. This faucet William broke and then had to fix. So I have here all the appliances. For right now, they will go here. There was another gas oven here that we replaced. So for right now, quickly, this is microwave / oven, works from electricity. This is coffee maker. Here, my friends, is amazing, as we think, induction cooktop. There was a gas stove here before, worked fine, but then we realized that a lot of places that we go, it's not possible to find gas. So that's why we replaced. With added solar power, this should work fine. It's not connected yet. We think it's fine. And then the fridges, pretty large, each of them. Pretty good, pretty good. I'm not complaining about them at all. They're good, both large. And then there's a freezer. I need to laugh. This thing is broken. Aside from this door, everything is great. Wow, there's so many things in here. William is whispering here, saying there is also a dishwasher. Exactly. Dishwasher also has been changed to a larger model. The one that was here was pretty small and it wasn't really washing correctly. It was kind of whatever. So this one is much better, full of dirty cups right now. And the last thing, but not the least, this is pretty cool, the porthole. So you can open and close it, so when you cook, everything goes up.
Couple things that are and have been very important. First is we have a sliding door that completely opens and another sliding top that opens, so the wind can come from the boat directly from the two front parts of the boat. So at anchor, we always have a breeze coming through here. The boat has a lower helm station. It has everything that the upper helm station has. There's not a wheel, but with a boat like this, you can be driving with autopilot and you can also be using autopilot remote. Instruments, complete energy system, fusion stereo Bose is wired throughout the whole boat. I think we turned it on one time. In here, trap door with all the goodies. Then an extension of this, quite amazing, is the whole unit flips up for anything that you've got to work on. We have the Victron energy system for the 12 volt lithium solar 12, and then we have the 48 volt lithium solar 12, and then below we have the water maker, the generator start, and all the DC panel. Two top parts of the boat open up, so in the evening time you can see your sails, you can see the moonlight. It's a pretty phenomenal open area space. And today we are at about 87 degrees, bright sunshine. We've got the windows open and two little fans running. And we're not really in meltdown mode.
Well, maybe you are not in the meltdown mode, but I am dripping, literally. There's a huge table that sits, I think, 12 people. We use it to eat. There are only two of us. We also work here on this table. Compared to our monohull, Dawn Hunter, this is like a dance hall. I mean, it is huge. Look at this. I mean, it's like insane.
We'll head down to the master stateroom, which is intelligently on the port side because you're normally tying up on your starboard side. So you're always seeing out to the water, even when you're in a marina.
So here's a master bedroom. To have a bed where you can actually walk from, like literally you sleep like that. And then you wake up and you go here and you just walk from it. Because what we used to have on our monohull was so different. William had to crawl through me and then do a big step down. And so for us, this is a huge upgrade to actually have a full queen bed that we can step off from and just keep going. Let's see the view. For right now, there are some neighbors, so this was closed. So let's see at the storage, because it's crazy amount of all kinds of. Here, all of this, all four things are storage. Here, there are two more, clothing, and here, another area of storage. More here. This is also remains from the past owner, Mosquito. Another workstation, we don't really use it. I mean, it works, we just liked being up there, but it's nice. Shower head, shower, very nice. Full standing shower. Huge mirror, another porthole here. I mean, this like is again freaking amazing. Head, full size head.
Not to mention all over the boat, there's electronic lighting, so you can turn the lights on and off, dim them, or do any controls from each location. So at nighttime you hit Z's and all the lights go out. Even if your wife is in here like brushing her teeth, it means time to go to bed. The other cabin on the port side is a guest cabin. All the cabins have views of waterline directly out. They all have multiple storage closets. I'm not going to go into all the details there. Each one of the four complete cabins have individual shower, individual heads. Full size. They all have a porthole to exit out, including every one of the cabins has a porthole to exit out, and the master. If there's any issues going in the boat, you can open up the porthole and go straight out on all locations on the boat, which is pretty important for safety.
Yeah, this kind of makes sense because all of these boats are charters and a lot of them actually do have people in each cabin, so that only makes sense.
So let's go over to the starboard side. Another very important factor on a catamaran I didn't realize is that on a monohull or even the trawler, there's like 8-10 steps wherever you're going. You only have 4 steps, 5 steps maximum from the upper to lower level because the side hulls are above the waterline. Really saves a lot on the knees as you're going up and down all the time. Let's go to where typically would be the crew and captain.
So this part actually called storage part in our family, and William has the back and I have the front room. This is my storage area. You can see all the camera stuff, all the bicycle stuff, some projects here still, and then this is what's called the captain's room, and captain or crew slips here on the voyages. Also storage. Has an exit hatch, has a ladder. So basically crew can access this cabin whenever they want. They don't have to go through the main door.
It's kind of funny in this part of the world is that is the bedroom. This is the bathroom shower. And this is a very high-end captain crew quarters. Probably in the States, you'd have a hard time getting your child to sleep in there. But this is what you get when you're on a luxury catamaran cruising as a captain. Each one of the cabins has its own air conditioning system with its own water feed system. One half of the boat, it has a head that is fed by fresh water and fed by salt water, so that you can make a choice. You can use salt water when you're doing your goodies, or you can use fresh water, depending on where you are and which one you want to use. Let's head to my room. All right, enough said. This is definitely William's storeroom. Yana might think it's hers. I think there's a couple things of hers in here. But this is where we put all of our, we don't know where to go with our things right now. This has its own full head and full shower. That is independent. They're not wet head showers, so it's pretty neat on a boat this size. Everybody has their own creature comforts.
Here you have it, guys. A full boat tour of Saba 50. We hope you enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe.
And if you have any other questions, be sure to put them in the comments or send us an email. We can answer just about everything that we know to date, which is that much, but let's learn a lot more together.
And remember that we are releasing the next video about all the off-grid upgrades we did to it. So make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.